We've got Coach Hinshaw here to take your questions today. We'll jump right into it. Looks like, Nick, did you have one? There it is. Nick, go ahead.
Uh, hey, Darin. We normally speak to Eddie instead of you. It's nice to see you, but is there any reason for Eddie's absence?
I'm sorry. Did you ask where Eddie was?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Yeah, Coach. That's a Coach Stoops question. So I'm here to answer any football questions.
Well, how did the quarterbacks look today then?
I'll tell you what. We had one of our best practices that we've had in a long time. So we've really been working hard in the bye week on the passing game, and I'm really, really proud of how hard they worked and where we're at right now.
Josh?
Hey, Darin. As far as the offense goes, I mean, Coach Stoops yesterday talked about you guys wanting to, coach to win games still this season, and that's always, I know you always kind of coach to want to win, but how much are you guys also on the offensive side trying to plan for the future? Because there's a lot of young guys that I'm sure you're trying to work in, and looking ahead to 21 and 22, just to I guess, how do you balance those things out?
Number one, we're here to win football games, so we're going to go compete. There's no question about that, and we're worried about this week against Vanderbilt. There's some young guys that are improving and are doing well, but we have everybody working their tail off for this week.
John Clay?
Darin, you talked about the passing game. What do you feel like has been missing at this point? What do you need to improve the passing game?
Well, part of it, again, is the situation of feeling comfortable with all our RPOs, our play actions, and coordinate it with the run game to be able to keep defenses off balance. And you could see in the Tennessee game we did that. When they gave us certain passes, we took it, and when they didn't, we were running the football very successful with the quarterback and with the running backs. So again, we fell away from that, and we're getting back to that right now. We've also been working very hard on our play actions all in the bye week, to make sure that we detail them, our RPOs, our drop back passing game, to make sure that the details of the routes, so the quarterbacks and receivers are all on the same page. All of that, and not just the receivers. We're talking about the running backs being involved, the tight ends being involved, and then you got to go and talk about the offensive line too. They're all a part of it. We're all in it together. And again, just to continue to improve on protections and to continue to just get better where we can throw the football more comfortable.
John Hale?
Darin, it sounded like in the immediate aftermath of that Georgia game that Mark thought that maybe some of those deep balls Joey wasn't comfortable throwing because he thought they were covered, or something else was going on there. What did you all see when you watched the film of that in terms of his evaluation of maybe taking some more risks, especially when it got to the point in the game where you had to do that?
It was a game plan that we went in there, and we wanted to control the football and control the clock. Unfortunately, we had our 18-play drive and we kicked a field goal. We needed to punch it in right there. And then in the passing game, it got obviously late in the game, and we put Joey in a bad position as far as dropping back over and over and over against a really good Georgia front. So that was the part that was disappointing. And then he didn't feel as comfortable, and that's something that we've been working with Joey on and all the quarterbacks is we can't hold the ball back there. We have to trust it and throw it. And that's the thing that we've been working with everybody on. And again, I'm so pleased with how hard we've worked in this bye week and what we put in, and just the practice we just had. You can see the improvements that have been made.
Larry?
Yeah, Darin, when you talked about some of the young guys that have been improving and doing something, could you specifically talk about a few of those guys that have caught your eye and you think maybe could help you these last 4 games?
Well, the situation right now, I would say, our offensive line, we have not exactly anybody that's just stepping forward that's young that can really get into play. But as far as reps go, you can see guys improving. Isaiah Cummings is coming along. He's improved tremendously, where we see him being a threat as far as big and strong and can go catch the ball. He's young. DeMarcus Harris is coming along for us, who's a freshman, who's been starting for us, has done a great job at the wide receiver position. Juton McLean at running back, and Travis Tisdale. Both of those two have been really, really improving. We're excited about seeing them get some action possibly. And obviously we have, really good running backs. So that's a group that's been doing well. Bo Allen has been getting better and better and better. And very excited about him and how he's improving in his attitude. Those are just some of the young guys. There's some more that are improving. And again, we did put a lot of work into the team in that bye week.
Josh?
Darin, you just brought him up, Bo there. What situation is it, I guess, what would it take for him to get on the field this week? Obviously, injuries, but other than that.
And that's a Coach Stoops question. Again, I coached the quarterbacks to get them ready to go play. And Terry Wilson has come back and is really had a really good week of practice so far. And I'm really pleased with his attitude, and Joey Gatewood has too. So it's a situation right now where we're practicing them, and, our whole goal is to get better.
John Clay?
Darin, speaking of Joey, when you put on the film of the Georgia game, what did you see from him?
I saw a kid that competed, and that, he came out of that game. He was bloodied up. He went and competed, which is what we wanted to see from him. I wanted to see him when he was running with the football be more vertical than horizontal. He ran, not timid. It wasn't timid, but it was in a situation where you've got to learn to go vertical in this league, because this league you can't run sideways. And but he did a lot of good things there in the passing game. I wanted to see him get the ball out and not hold it. Make a decision. Don't sit there and pat the ball. And that's not good in this league. And that's something that he needs to improve on, and we've addressed it. And he's gotten, like I said, better already in the bye week and where we're at right now.
Nick?
Coach Stoops said that some game day operations, that 3 staffers on the offensive side are out right now. How does that affect the game plan, and how does it potentially affect game day operations as an offensive staff?
Again, with those kind of questions, those are Coach Stoops' questions. I'm not going to answer. We're game planning just fine. We'll be ready for Vanderbilt.
We got 2 more, John and then Josh.
Darin, with Terry's injury, is there any concern about that lingering? Is it that type of thing? And how have you seen him bounce back from the week off? What effect did that have on him?
I'm sorry, who?
Terry Wilson. Yeah,
and Terry's had a good week of practice, and he's coming along, and I'm very, very proud of him. It's a situation where, again, Coach Stoops is going to be deciding all those things and all the situations with the quarterback position, and I'm just very proud of how hard he's worked back.
All right, Josh, I'll wrap up with you.
Terry, the last week, at least early on, there was some speculation that was dismissed pretty quickly about him opting out for the rest of the season, or I guess it was the week before last, kind of when the injury thing kind of came out. Did y'all talk about that at all, or did that come across his radar, and did you have a good laugh about that or anything?
It was a situation that, you get – this is really tough times, and it's a situation where you get emotional, and sometimes, emotions get a hold of you. But I'll tell you, the conversations that I've had with Terry Wilson have been nothing but great. He loves Kentucky. He wants to I mean, I just got off the field and just hugged him. I got off the field and said, man, what a great day. So he's working hard for Kentucky football. I promise you that.
All right, everybody. AJ Rose is here. We'll get to him in just a second. Coach Hinshaw.